Hey everyone else going, welcome back to another video. So I want to give you guys an update on The Walking Dead Season 10 finale, World Beyond, and Season 11 of The Walking Dead because we have an update here from AMC and it's a pretty important update because it does tell us the status of Season 11. It doesn't seem like that season is going to be airing this year, at least just based off the World Beyond's release date. And so I want to talk about that and yeah, get into some more stuff that Greg Nicotero had to say. So before we jump in, I do have to warn you obviously for spoilers for The Walking Dead Season 10. And also, if you're new to the channel and you want more Walking Dead content like this, maybe consider subscribing. I also really want to do a Last of Us video just because I want to talk about everything that happened. It's been really fascinating, but I might just wait a little bit because it seems to be pretty quiet. So I think what was said, but if something does come up at some point where it's like, okay, I gotta talk about this, then I will do a video on it. I mean, if you guys want, I could just do a video giving my thoughts on what already happened, but I feel like it's already a week old at this point. The game's coming out next month, so there's always another time to talk about it. Anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there. So I guess the first thing I do want to talk about is what Greg Nicotero had to say about, I guess, the Season 10 finale. And what he had to say, which is what I think is very important because a lot of people still don't seem to understand the whole thing with post-production, but he goes into detail here and I found it pretty fascinating. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check out the full article, but this is what he had to say when talking about post-production and just how the process works. He says that you have to edit the episode, then you do sound effects, and then you do music, and then visual effects, and then color timing to make sure all the colors and all the scenes match. And then you have to do a quality check to make sure nothing is messed up. So there are all these steps that have to happen, and generally speaking, the way our production schedule works is those happen up to about 3 weeks before the episode airs. And that is a lot of stuff. I also think he's being very general about it, or I guess simplifying it, because I think if you're editing the episode, that's going to take a while. And then doing sound effects too, that takes some time, and the music especially. And then you have visual effects and then the color timing. I imagine that doesn't take too long, but I'm sure it does take some time. So overall, and then also, yeah, like what he had at the end there, you have to do a quality check to make sure everything works, everything lines up, the episode is completely, like it's set to air, there's not going to be any issues. So I can see why the Season 10 finale was postponed because I'm sure they have a lot of it done. But I'm pretty sure it was Nicotero or it was Angela Kang. It was somebody more recently that said that as soon as they come back, they have like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks or something like that of work left to do. So whenever we do get back to that point, it seems like it's just going to be that. It's going to be like a week or week and a half kind of thing. Now, obviously we know this because we've talked about this quite a bit, but I just wanted to give you guys an update on, I guess, the process of post-production as according to Nicotero, who actually is involved in that sort of thing. Anyways, let's talk about Season 11 and World Beyond and all that because AMC COO Ed Carroll, I believe. I'm getting an article here from comicbook.com, so I'll leave a link down below if you want to read exactly what he said. But what I found very interesting is that he updated the release date for World Beyond, which I think updates the release date for the Season 10 finale because I think they want to have the finale air around the same time as the World Beyond. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think they'll have the Season 10 finale air during the premiere of Season 1 of that show, or it's into the fourth quarter. So we are finishing post-production on that. That will be set to go. We have a new show, which is quite a bit anticipated called Soulmates. That will be airing in the second half of the year. And we have some anticipating episodes of Fear the Walking Dead Season 6 in the second half of the year as well. And so it doesn't seem like Season 11 is airing this year. I really don't think it's going to be happening this year. And I think it's sad, it's unfortunate. But I don't see it happening at all this year. What seems to be happening is they are moving everything until later this year. So Fear the Walking Dead, obviously the release date, at least according to Denai Garcia, if that's even true, is August, right? And so I'm not sure how many episodes they're going to go for before they have their break. It might be 8 or something like that. And also depends on when Fear the Walking Dead Season 6 airs. It could be later in August. So if it's later in August, that will most likely take the first half of that season until early October, maybe like late September, around there, which lines up with this. They said that World Beyond, like they moved it back into the fourth quarter, which I'm assuming is October, November, December, around there, right? And obviously it's probably going to air in October, I'd imagine, because it's 10 episodes. They probably want to go 10 episodes straight, so they'll air it early October, and it'll go until like early December sort of thing. So where does Season 11 of The Walking Dead fit in? It doesn't fit in anywhere. And like obviously they can have these shows play like side by side, but I don't see the point in ever doing that. It's just a lot, and I think they want to have those shows airing during The Walking Dead's time slot, right? Sundays at like 9 Eastern. So I think it makes sense. While all this stuff is happening right now in the summer, everything really is just on pause, but they'll start to do more things later on in the year. So basically, our summer is going to be starting later on. Like our summer wait for season 11 will be starting later on, basically as soon as they start filming. As soon as they start filming, if it's in June or in July or in August or something, that's when the 6-month break will happen. And then might be a little bit more depending on when they want to air season 11. They might want to air season 11 in February next year. I can definitely see that being a release date. I doubt they're going to completely push off season 11 until October of next year, like October of 2021. I don't see them pushing it off that long. That's a year and a half wait. That's insane, right? I don't see them pushing off the season for that long. That's just ridiculous. They're going to start filming when they can, as soon as they can, and it's just probably going to take some time. And so if The World Beyond is airing in October, and that's going to be the main show of this year, I guess, for the fall, it's going to be interesting to experiment with, right? Because technically you don't have The Walking Dead airing this fall. Like if The Walking Dead, say it ended or something in April, say that was the final season and you had this spinoff, it'll be interesting to see if The World Beyond has The Walking Dead's time slot during the fall, like October, November, how it does, because that's the time when a lot of people check out TV. And I think it's going to be an interesting experiment to see how many views that thing can get and what the ratings are going to be. I think it's going to do very well because it's a brand new show. It's brand new characters. It's only going to be for 2 seasons. It's a limited series. I think a lot of people will invest their time in that, to be honest. And especially since we don't have anything Walking Dead related. And also if they hype it up in terms of there's Rick Grimes things, you know, then yeah, I think overall World Beyond is something to look forward to. And then obviously we have the season 10 finale airing at some point there. And I'm not sure when they're going to air it, because obviously they're probably going to pick like the season 1 premiere of World Beyond, air it that night, or it's going to be the season 10 finale of World Beyond, or season 1 finale of World Beyond. And I think it makes more sense to do the premiere, mostly because I want it sooner, but just because, you know, people are going to check out that new show right afterwards and might want to keep watching. Whereas if you just air it and then you have the finale, like you can hype it up, sure, and say after the finale of season 1 of the show, you can watch a season 10 finale. They can definitely do that. And depending on what the story is for World Beyond, it could all work anyways. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to get it for the premiere. I think we're going to get the season 10 finale in October. And I think we're just going to have to wait another 5 months. It could be 4 months, 4 or 5 months. We'll have Fear the Walking Dead airing in 3 months from now. And I'm sure we're going to get more updates like this. More people are going to be talking about things. And it's just going to be a very weird year. I mean, for me personally, I have a lot of stuff that I want to talk about and I just want to get into it. But it does suck because there are certain things I want to talk about with The Walking Dead. But it's like, I might as well just save it for some time. Because if I do a video on it now, then yeah, I don't know. It might not matter in like 2 or 3 months. So it's like, you know, I might as well wait until everything's getting a little bit more back to normal. As of now, it's just sort of everyone doesn't really know what to post right now because of, people who do videos like I do anyways on like movies, television shows and stuff like that, because everything's kind of paused. You kind of have to be a little bit more creative. And so that's why I want to talk about Last of Us. That's why I want to do other types of things. And that's what I'm working on right now. I also, we are working on the podcast right now. Everything is going really good with that. Still some behind the scenes stuff that we got to work out, but we're doing pretty good with that. So I'll have that going, I'm sure, this summer. I'm hoping anyways. But it's interesting to see how everything is going down though. You know, the world right now is in a very weird place and things are starting to get a lot more hopeful though, because things are actually trending in a pretty good direction. Restrictions in places are being lifted now, and so or they're going to be lifted soon. And yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to go. What if it ends up jumping back up? What if it doesn't? I don't know. All I can say is that I feel pretty hopeful that they will start filming very soon for The Walking Dead season 11, and that will be something we can talk about for the rest of the year. That's the one thing is, yeah, it doesn't seem like season 11 isn't going to be airing this year. But we can definitely talk about season 11 filming if stuff does come out. Like, stuff usually does come out, but I only talk about it if it's not spoilery. Like, if it's too spoilery, I'm not going to talk about it. But if it's just like, oh, this person was spotted on set and a bunch of news articles are talking about it, then I'll there. So we'll see. Maybe there's more stuff with season 11. They could also release little teasers and stuff like that. Because again, I think they will also feel bad. I think a lot of fans are going to feel sad that there's no season 11 this year. At least it doesn't seem like it so far. And, you know, like, because we're getting into the Commonwealth arc, Maggie's coming back. There's all these very exciting things. I think they'll release like artwork for season 11. They'll release like little teasers here and there, a scene from like the season 11 premiere. That could air in October. Because if they started filming that, say they start filming in July, by the time it's October, they'll have a lot of episodes filmed already for season 11. So they can release something then, right? So yeah, overall, this seems to be what the general plan is. It seems like The Walking Dead season 10 finale is going to be airing in the 4th quarter with World Beyond. You would imagine anyways that they would want to connect those two series because that's what they were planning to do, right? They were planning to air the World Beyond premiere with the Walking Dead season 10 finale. I'm sure that's still the plan. Fear the Walking Dead, when that comes back, it's already proven that it has an audience, right? The World Beyond, they have no idea. So if they connect it to the Walking Dead season 10 finale, that's going to help it reach more people so they can check out what this new show's all about, because I'm super hyped for it. But yeah, post your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking about all of this. Are you sad about season 11? I mean, it's not like it's confirmed or anything. It really seems like it's unlikely. I don't see it airing this year. Like they got to film and everything, and maybe it'll air in like November, December, but you're going to have World Beyond airing then. It's just like, yeah, this is something where I think that the season 11 is probably going to air sometime in 2021. I hope it's in February. I hope they don't push it off to like October, and I hope it's not pushed off to April, but it's going to come out at some point. Just definitely not this year. It's going to be a weird year. I hope they can get back on schedule with season 12, where that airs October of next year, but obviously that's a while away. We'll have to see where we are by then. But yeah, post all your thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.